day 16. It's Tuesday. We've actually had a tiny little sprinkling of snow overnight. I think it's snow. Either way, it's not looking overly inviting to me to go and venture outdoors. You'll notice I'm beginning standing today. That is absolutely no reflection of how the rest of us are going to begin. How is everyone? How are you doing? You may have seen from the title, I thought today, let's begin exploring the Warriors. Oh, Matt, you've got snow too. Oh, I'm not a winter person. I know some people love it, but it's not for me. Bring the sun back. Yes, so I thought I would introduce the Warriors. They're, along with kind of downward facing dog, maybe sun salutations, they're some of the more talked about poses. So there are 3 warriors, as far as I know. Though I'm now doubting myself now that I've said that. I'm going to check that. There's 3 warriors generally that are used within practice. So we'll definitely go through Warrior 1. If we have time, I'm going to try and sneak Warrior 2 in today. But let's see how we go. You can kind of have a little play about with them. There's lots of options to modify through Warrior 1, which is the most commonly used warrior. So yeah, let's just see how it goes. And yeah, you'll have to let me know how you find it afterwards. So to begin with, we're going to find a seat this morning. I actually thought we'd begin with, when I saw how teeth chatteringly cold it looks outside, I thought, oh, do you know what? I actually just really want some nice, gentle, cosy stretches to begin today. So we're going to be seated for just a little while to begin with, maybe a little bit longer than we normally are. So definitely find a nice, comfortable seat that you can hang out in. And if it feels comfortable to do so, just closing down the eyes. Just bringing your attention, your awareness inwards. Just noticing all of those little points we always talk about. What can you feel this morning? What can you hear this morning? And just tuning into that breath. Noticing the expansion on your inhales. And that lovely release on an exhale. Maybe just beginning to introduce some nasal breathing, maybe inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. Keeping a hold of that breath, maybe with those slightly longer inhales and exhales. Just beginning to blink the eyes open if they're closed. And we're just going to take some really nice gentle movement. Again, as much as you can, just trying to marry the movement to your breath this morning. So take a nice deep inhale as we're in centre. And then as you exhale, just taking that right ear over to the right shoulder. Keeping your shoulders where they are, not moving them. And then as you inhale, back up into centre. Exhale, take it to the other side. Left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back into centre. Let's just do one more round. Exhale, send right ear over right shoulder. Inhale to centre. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale to come back into the centre. And as you exhale, just take your chin down to your chest. Inhale, gazing all the way up towards the ceiling, maybe lifting your chin up too. Exhale, bringing chin down to chest. Just some gentle nods. Just waking up through the neck. Inhaling, gazing up. Exhaling, chin to chest. On your next inhale, just meeting back in center. And then this time we're just going to take some big circles with the nose. So as you inhale, maybe go clockwise first. Marrying it with the breath however works best for you. So maybe that's one full revolution to an inhale or an exhale. Or maybe that is matching your speed. So your inhales are as you gaze up. And your exhales are as you look towards the ground. Once you've taken a few circles clockwise, just take it back the other way. Just feeding into it, noticing how the body feels this morning. And then coming back into center. We're just going to take some shoulder shrugs now. So as you inhale, bring in the shoulders up towards the ears. As you exhale, send them back out behind you. Inhale, sending the shoulders up towards the ears. Really stretching through, and then as you exhale, sending them down the back. As you inhale, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears. Last one. Exhale, sending them down the back. We're going to take some side stretches next. Just waking up nice and gently. So bringing that right hand down to the mat. As you inhale, bring that left arm up and over, really reaching through that left hand. Really reaching through those fingertips. Feeling that stretch all down the left side of the body. Thinking nice and long through the spine as you inhale. And then as you exhale, just bringing it back across, bringing the right hand over, left hand comes down onto the mat. Really reaching through those fingertips as far as you can, using your inhales to lengthen just that little bit more. And then as you exhale, bringing everything back down into center. Moving into tabletop position, so finding just some nice gentle cat-cow stretches. So you guys know what these are now, taking them in your own time. Maybe on tops of the feet, or maybe you have toes tucked. Inhaling as you drop the belly, gazing up. Exhaling as you press through the hands. Maybe chin comes to chest. Just taking some in your own time. Adding in any other little movements you might like, so maybe left to right. Really press through the mat as you find that cat pose. Inhaling, dropping the belly for cow pose. And then when you're ready, we're just going to tuck through the toes. Just for a second, we're going to come to downward facing dog and walk all the way to the top of the mat. If that's not for you, absolutely find your way there, and we will meet you at the top of the mat in that kind of forward fold position. Those of us doing downward facing dog, tucking the toes, pressing through the hands, pushing the heels down towards the mat as you gently lift the knees off the mat, and the hips up high, bending through the knees nice and generously as we take some nice baby steps towards the top of the mat, finding ourselves in this kind of forward fold position, nice generous bend in the knees. And then as we inhale, we're going to take a full deep breath as we bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bringing the palms together, bringing them through that heart center space, down alongside the body. Really nice. To find Warrior One, all we're going to do is put that weight into our right leg here. Step that left leg back out behind us. You can have a play with the length of your stance here. So once we actually find it, just see how that feels. So step that left leg back. We want that left foot to be at kind of a 45-degree angle. And when you do so, it's going to kind of encourage your hips to swing around to the left a little. So really pressing into that front right foot, maybe bending into that knee a little bit deeper. You're just going to try and bring that right hip backwards in space and try and square your hips off to the front of the mat as much as you can. Some people don't like how this feels on the knees and in that back leg. If that's you, it's absolutely not a problem. You can switch this out for high lunge. All you have to do here is pivot on that back foot so that both feet are parallel, both feet facing forwards, pressing that heel, if you can see me, pressing that heel down towards the mat instead. And in both variations, just inhaling, sending the hands up behind the ears and straight up ahead, nice and long through the fingertips. I'm not going to have time to go through Warrior 2 as well today, so just bringing the hands on an exhale down by your sides, maybe onto the hips, stepping that left foot forward. Let's just take it down onto the other side. So pressing into that left foot, sending that right foot back, keeping those toes at a 45-degree angle, bending into that left front knee, pressing into that foot. Always option to take that foot out a little bit wider for some more stability. And then just bring that left hip back in space. Try to remember that pelvic tilt so we don't just dump all of our weight back here. Nice and strong through the core, through the pelvis, all the way up through the top of the head. And then maybe as you inhale, taking the arms up overhead. Really nice. Stepping that right foot forwards. As you exhale, just bringing the arms down alongside you, bending the knees. Let's find forward fold. Inhale to find a halfway lift, tucking those elbows in towards the body. As you exhale, bringing it down so those hands come onto the mat. Option here to either step back to tabletop position, or you could maybe take a plank, stepping one leg back, then the other. And then we're just going to come all the way down onto the mat, pressing through the hands, pressing through the tops of the feet. Let's just come to end our practice today in child's pose. Finding that nice cocoon, or potentially just finding your own most comfortable seat if child pose doesn't work for you. Just allowing yourself to find that most comfortable space. Your breathing comes to relax back down to its natural rhythm. And just, as we always do, just acknowledging, showing up for yourself. Acknowledging taking this time just to prioritise what you need. And take that energy with you into the rest of your day. I'll leave you here and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 17. Have the best day.